Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another Brony Debates tonight on Sunday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. We're streaming on Sunday because I overworked myself this last week, and I was far too tired yesterday to stream at our regular time. So that being said, I hope you guys are, once again, I hope you guys are doing well and had a wonderful weekend. We're gonna try to talk about some ponies today, and if you are enjoying the show, we might encourage you to try considering supporting the channel either on Patreon or leaving a tip with the links in the description. There is also a free Discord server that you can join. The link for that is at the very top of the description. And if you have something you would like to say to us, if anything you want to talk about, feel free to join that Discord server and tell us what it is you would like to talk about. And we'll have you on so long as your internet connection and your microphone are even halfway decent, and talk about it. We love to talk about all kinds of things. Tonight, joining me as per usual is the gorgeous Princess Petals Blossom. How are you doing tonight, babe?
Doing pretty good. You know, Brawny, whenever you announce the stream, you have such an announcer voice, like here on the Sunday stream. Sometimes I just want you to do like the wrestling announcer thing, or the commercial thing where it's like, here, we're streaming Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. So you should do that.
Are you ready to debate?
Yay! I wish your mic hadn't cut out. Yay!
Oh, God, I keep telling Emerald we gotta fix the settings so that it doesn't cut out like that, because I don't know if the stream can hear it when it cuts out like that or not. And
it's a bit of a buzzy sound that happens.
Yeah, we keep not doing that, but we gotta. We've missed so many hilarious jokes on these streams because of that. So, anyway, let's see here. What do we have first? First up is, which MLP song has the word rainbow? Oh, this is still the main page here. Let's, move on. Okay. These similarities I found are enough for me to classify it as Japanese MLP. And I do believe we're talking about frickin' Uma Musume. Which Petals, you're the expert on Uma Musume.
I really don't think so because I haven't finished the show and I dropped off the game, but sure.
Well, you know 10,000% about more about it than I do.
Yeah.
So let's see. Let's just roll through these here and tell me if you disagree. Characters are horses or equines.
Yes.
Singing.
Yes. Well, yeah.
All right.
Like, I would say the singing in My Little Pony is more like a musical where, like, no one actually, like, narratively, it's like not even really singing. Where the singing in Uma Musume is performative, like they're idols. It's not like a musical where they're singing their emotions. They're doing concerts at the end. Like, don't get me wrong, the songs in them certainly have particular themes that relate to what they're doing and what they're going through. But the singing in a musical as opposed to like a concert in a TV show that doesn't normally have singing, like, isn't like a musical, is quite different. Which, I mean, if we're just going off of they're both sing, yes, but like they sing very differently. Like the singing in My Little Pony for the most part is for narrative purposes, whereas the singing in Uma Musume, I'm not going to say it's not sometimes narrative. It's because it's idol culture and it's just a part of the performance. Like,
we might actually be looking at a side-by-side difference between diegetic and non-diegetic.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying.
Yep. All right. Rainbow friendship.
Well, yeah, actually. Now that you mention it, yeah, you do friendship training and it does get a rainbow glow to it. But to be fair, the rainbow magic can, well, I mean, I guess they both kick a lot of ass. When you do it, you get such a boost to your stats and they get their power boosted by their rainbow power. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Okay, so what the frick? is rainbow friendship in the context of Uma Musume?
So when you play the game, you have the option to pick like training cards that are other Uma Musume other than the ones you're training, so she can train with them and get extra points for training. And when you like level up the friendship you have with a particular character, you get a friendship training like boost that'll rainbowfy when you see the button. You hit that and you just get an extra boost to your stats that you're training.
Interesting. And is that something you
Yeah, you've
can
seen me do it.
force to happen? Because like I've seen you.
You gotta work toward it. Like you
Yeah.
gotta work with particular. Like you pick which Umusume to train with. You gotta make sure they're ones that are like either just good in general or like are very compatible with your Umusume. Like take it for instance, if you play Gold Ship, she likes like Majuro McQueen a lot, so you'll get a better friendship boost, I think, with playing Majuro McQueen. Like it depends on the character, but you definitely gotta like train them when they're because you can do like you've seen the options of training you can do, and you can just do training by yourself, but you might get the option to train with other characters, and when you can, you should, because the more you train with those characters, the more likely they are to get the friendship boost, because you became best friends with them because you train with them so much.
So yeah, I've seen you play that game, and and you would get frustrated because you would be like, oh, my speed is down, but it wants me to train endurance or something else, right?
Yeah,
And then you would
the balancing act,
lose.
all of it.
Yeah. So I don't know how any of that works. It seemed from the outside like it was generating your options and your chances of success at random.
I'm sure there's a method to the madness, honestly. I just I haven't decoded it. I just kind of went off vibes.
Alrighty then. Okay, so has a chibi show. The other one has two chibi shows.
I didn't know that Uma Musume had a chibi show. I didn't know. I
It
haven't
has
watched
two
them.
chibi shows.
I have not watched them.
Well, that might be good. You're probably saving yourself a lot of brain cells.
I have so many animes to watch. I can't add more.
Let's see here. Officially has rap.
Oh,
Officially has rap.
Yeah, that looks like it's from the chibi show. And you know what? We'd like to forget either one of those.
I actually don't remember this one on the left. I don't think I ever saw it.
Is that not the... Oh, it's probably a promo that they made that was probably supposed to go on between commercials and shit. I don't remember this. There's two raps. There's this the Fresh Princess of Friendship rap, and there's also the freaking rap that Pinkie Pie did for Rainbow Dash and Testing 1 2 3 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they rapped at least twice.
That I gotta say that freaking rap that Pinkie Pie did was one of the most cringe moments in the entire series.
It was supposed to be.
All right, has a powerful meta character. I'm not sure I agree with this one, just from the little bit that I know.
I think that he's not meta. I mean, Goldship isn't very meta, I don't think.
Yeah, isn't the joke there that she is extremely
She's just freaking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
talented, but she's crazy
like
and she gets her butt kicked all the time because she doesn't train?
I would not say she gets her butt kicked all the time. Like, she just barely pulls out because she doesn't take anything seriously. I mean, there's a difference. There's a clear difference between the two. Discord breaks the fourth wall, which I don't think Goldship does. Like, they're very different. I want to say they're very different flavors of crazy chaos, Like, freaking Discord kind of has a method to the madness, whereas freaking Goldship, there is no plan. She's just she's vibing. She's very vibing. Like, this is trying to compare Discord to Pinkie Pie, I feel.
I'm not seeing the. Are you comparing Goldship to Pinkie Pie?
Yeah, no, actually, I rescind that. I'm just saying, frickin'. I would go as far to say that Goldship is nonsensical, but as far as I've seen in the show, she's not a fourth wall breaker. I just don't think meta is a adequate word. And when I've played her, like, it's not like she ever references being in a game or references like the audience watching her, outside of like the literal sense of like, oh yeah, there's people watching me race. So I don't think the comparison is apt. She's just, I think the thing is, like, Discord is the god of chaos, and Goldship is kind of a lull random kind of character. She's not the same as like Deadpool or Discord. It's just not the same.
All right. So I think the differences are, let's see here. Horses, technically. Singing, yes. Rainbow Friendship, yeah. Chibi Show, yeah. Officially has a rap. Okay, I'll get this last one. I'm not sure is an actual apt comparison, but
Yeah, nah.
yeah, one out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 out of 6 isn't a bad ratio. So I guess we'll agree with that one. Rusty wants to know if you would compare Goldship to Izzy. I'm guessing Izzy Moonbow.
No. There's malicious intent in Goldship.
Yeah. Let's see what the comments say. But like, where are the spells, the magical artifacts, the extra species, the focus on things that aren't racing? There is none, because Umas are earth ponies.
That's a good point!
Let's see here. Isn't this the Japanese...
Oh!
That's just the Japanese release. Unless is it another show? Look at that art style.
I thought it was like the manga or something.
This is a manga adaptation. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny though, Heather, if they did an anime adaptation for the My Little Pony manga?
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. The manga was crazy, but it was funny. I'd watch it. I don't think I'd take it as seriously as I took Friendship is Magic, but I'd watch that.
Sure.
This one right here. I have an otaku friend. Well, there's your first mistake. He refuses to watch MLP, but if he starts to watch Uma Musume, I'll kill him.
Yeah.
To be frank, it is anime girls with horse ears and tails. That's the wrong tails. Why does nobody know how to speak English? Over straight horses. No ponies, though. Alrighty then. 2 moe meme for me.
Yeah.
As a fan of both franchises, I'd honestly kill to see an Uma Musume and MLP crossover. I've already decided what type of racers each type of the main 6 would be. People are downvoting this. Listen, you can't just say this and then not tell me what they would be.
That's probably why he got downvoted.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the types of racers.
You got the people who like are sprinters, stay at the front I forget what you call them, but the people who can stay at the front of the pack the entire time and finish the race like that, or the people who stay in the back, they're late. and they don't speed up until like the last quarter of the race, and then they make it to the front. That's the kind that vodka is. And then there's pacers like Die with Scarlet, who stay with the pack the entire time, and then same thing. Like during the last quarter, they speed the fuck up. It's very important for those characters to have maneuverability. Goldship is actually like not late, but like there's the front runners, the pacers. There's the lates, obviously, but there's a one before the lates. I forget what they call them, but that's the one that Goldship is. So she'll be like maybe like a little toward the back, but then she really like spends like I think toward the middle of the race is where she really speeds up. So
Rusty
I guess
Helm,
you would say Rainbow Dash for sure. Rainbow Dash for sure would be a front runner.
Rusty Helm saying, next debate topic, what type of racers would the main six be?
So I'm saying for sure Rainbow Dash is a front runner by all things. I would say I want to put out there that I think Twilight Sparkle would be a pacer. Like she definitely would like follow that Fall Weather Friends kind of logic of like, oh, I'm gonna pace myself and then expend it later when everyone else is exhausted. So pacer for her for sure. Pinkie Pie might also be a front runner, or maybe she'd take the Goldship route and be like the tier below the pacer, and spring out and surprise everybody near the end. I want to say Applejack might be late. I just feel like she probably, I don't know, actually. I don't know. What do you think, Brawny, for Applejack? She's a bit harder for me to place.
Listen, unless she's just gonna body check people into the rails, and I don't think she's faster than Rainbow Dash or Pinkie Pie.
So I think then she wouldn't try to be a front runner and try to be ahead of everybody. She might be a late person and really wait till the end to like use her sprinting power, because she probably doesn't have a lot of it, so she wouldn't be able to sprint the whole time. So
well, that's literally what Twilight did in Fall Weather Friends.
She learned from Twilight. I think Twilight's going to be a pacer, though. Like, stay with the group for the most part, not drift too far away. It's a very calculated position to be in, because I think Die with Scarlet and her would have similar ways of going about the whole race process. I will say, Rarity, though, I think would be in pace too, purely because she doesn't want to like overexpend herself and like, sweat that much. So she'd probably keep herself at a healthy pace. And Fluttershy, honestly, Fluttershy is hard to place, but maybe because she's a little akin to Rice Shower, she would be like a surprise winner, so maybe she'd be late.
Pinkie is just the, what's that one that always loses?
Haruorara?
Yeah, the pink one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I forget
Pinkie.
what kind of, I forget what race style she is. I actually haven't played Haruorara. I played a lot of Die with Scarlet, Majuro, McQueen, and Goldship.
Let me see. We got two people in the chat saying Applejack would be a front runner. And Filmer Brony in the chat saying that it is his birthday today. So happy birthday, Filmer Brony. Everybody in the chat wish Filmer Brony a happy birthday for me.
Sing it for him. Sing it for him now.
No.
How could you do this to him on his birthday?
On his birthday. I don't know. I just don't feel like singing right now.
What did I say?
Let's see here. Let's move on. So we've got, is Celestia meant to be the one who turned Twilight into an alicorn, or is it literally destiny? I actually don't know what this frame is.
I sent you to Ponyville. I made you. Let's see. I'm selfish. That book right there says I could become as powerful as an Alicorn princess. I could rule here. It's selfish of you to keep me from my rightful place. Sunset Shimmer. Go back to the other one. I sent you to Ponyville. I made you a princess. I officiated your brother's wedding. I think this is when she got body swapped with somebody.
Oh, okay. I don't remember that comic. Let's
I
see here.
vaguely remember it. I don't remember if it was good.
The comics imply it was her, but I don't know if it's canon to the show. It honestly wouldn't sit right with me if it was her, because that would mean she made a life-changing decision for Twilight without asking for her consent first, and she even wanted, or if she even wanted, the massive responsibility. It makes Celestia come across as apathetic and molding Twilight into what she wants her to be.
I don't think that's really fair because Twilight's focus was the pursuit of magic, and Celestia certainly put her on track for that. And I think, though, if Twilight was so animate, like, didn't show, like, the potential or ambition to be a princess, Celestia would have, like, stepped back. Now, this is all purely conjecture out of all of us, including this person, but the fact that Celestia sent her to Ponyville and gave her the option to come back to Canterlot, and Twilight made the decision to stay, probably set her on her trajectory more than what Princess Celestia did. Like, I think Twilight really was in the reign, like, you know, in the driver's seat the whole time, but only Celestia really knew the destination. We all act as if there wasn't at any point Twilight couldn't have turned back and been like, hey, I don't really like where we're going with this. Certainly, like, I don't think Celestia ever came out and said, hey, I'm going to teach you to be a alicorn princess. Because when you're upfront with it about that, like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm grooming kids to see who will be the next princess. You get a lot of bad actors, so you can't exactly tell them directly, like, oh yeah, I want to groom you for a position of power. But I feel like Celestia might have, like, because Twilight had to know there was going to be an end to her education. What she was going to be, I guess she just really, like, she made the decision to put the trust into Celestia, I guess is what I'm saying. Because if she wanted to be anything else, like, oh, I ultimately want to work at Canterlot University or blah, 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 she would have said so. Celestia probably would have respected her wishes, but no, she put her faith fully into Celestia and be like, Celestia's going to guide me down the path that is best for me and, you know, will help satiate my ambitions. And it seems to have worked out that way. What do you think, Brawny?
I'm still processing it. Because I do believe that Celestia made Twilight an alicorn.
Yeah.
She definitely didn't really confront her with that. She gave her all the tests, and she passed all the tests, and she did so unwittingly, which, yeah, when you're, preparing somebody to take over a role like that, is the way you want to go about it, especially as a teacher. You want to observe how they handle themselves under pressure. But yeah, I do believe it would have been better at some point in time to ask Twilight beforehand if it's something she wants to do. Like, hey, you don't know it, but I have been giving you all of these tests and you've been doing really well. I think you could become a princess yourself. Is that something you would want to do? Because like I said, I had major problems with Magical Mystery Cure and the way that they handled the story in that. But if Twilight had become an alicorn at the end of, say, what was it? Was it Twilight's Kingdom? It might have been season 4 premiere, season 4 finale.
Season 4
finale when she's fighting Tyrek.
Oh, okay.
If she had
that was
become an
kind of like,
alicorn at that point, I would have 100% been behind it. So that's
okay. I think I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
there would have been a logical reason for it, I think. Yeah.
yeah, but when it got handled, the way it got handled in season 3 was just so blatantly marketing and corporate interference, and was rushed so bad and explained so poorly. I can never get behind it there. But if Twilight at the end of Twilight's Kingdom had turned into an alicorn when she freaking connected to the entirety of equestrian magic to overthrow Tyrek, that would have made a lot of sense.
Wasn't it also with Magical Mystery Cure? They thought like the series was ending, and then it got renewed last minute or something.
It got not that it got renewed last minute, but yeah, in the moment of writing it, they did think that was the end of it. They thought it was going to be Magical Mystery Cure and Equestria Girls, and that was it.
You know, I think this could have been fixed, that if like the big moment where Celestia's ballad went on or something, before Celestia's ballad, Celestia tells her like, you've done something that Starswirl wasn't even able to do. You created new magic. Now there's another step to this journey that you can take if you're willing to. And it'll, like, you know, if she like kind of like, maybe not explicitly, but so it could be like a surprise, but like pretty much inferred to Twilight, like, I want you to not just be my greatest student, but my successor. Do you accept this? And if Twilight said yes, I'd be honored. That like that probably would have fixed it right there. If she just said like, I want you to be my successor, is that cool? And Twilight was just like, sure, fam. Like I think that would have fixed it. Something very simple like that.
Maybe I would have. I'm having trouble picturing that in my head right now. So I guess I would have needed to see it executed. But I don't think it's a bad concept that you've come up with. I can't immediately see.
It's barely a concept. It was like, it's literally just Celestia asking before she sings her song.
Well, which is very similar to what I said. So yeah, let's see here. Harriman saying in the chat, the creators thought season 3 was going to be the last one, so they rushed the ending and then had to make more. And yeah, they rushed it because they split their resources between that and the production of Equestria Girls, and that's why season 3 was half. It's half the length of it, you know, where every other season was 24, 26 episodes. That one was only 13. And that's another reason why, like, if you're going to have an overarching plot in your story, you have to plan it from the beginning, and you have to get, you know, approval and know for 100% fact that you are going to have, you know, say 3 seasons of the story. And we know from episode 1, or as the writers, we know from episode 1 that at the end of episode, trying to do 26 plus 26 is 52 plus 13 is 52 plus 13. Well, 52 plus 10 is 62 plus 3. So it's 65 episodes. At episode 65, Twilight's going to become an alicorn. And then you got to actually build it up from there instead of just, hey, you know, we've started season 3. We've got 2 episodes to show that Twilight is building up to becoming an alicorn. Which is, and then we're not even going to bother explaining what an alicorn actually is, how they're made, how this is going to happen. And we're going to blame it all on M.A. Larson. M.A. Larson's going to be our scapegoat because he's been our most loyal and most high-quality writer in the series to date. So who better to throw under the bus? Right, and then they did it again in season 5. Or no, they did it again in season 7. Frickin'. And then they were like, in between, they were like, oh, dang, why doesn't Larson want to write with us anymore? Frickin'. Don't do that. Plan your story and execute. Or just have episodic. Do one or the other. Do not try to do both. What do you think?
know, because I thought that was kind of in the plan. Because you remember the interview they had with Lauren Faust, who made the series? Like, she had said, like, you know, when I left, I was sad because I did want to see these characters. I wanted to see Rainbow Dash become a Wonderbolt. That was something she planned. I want to see Rarity open up her Canterlot boutique. That was something that was planned. I wanted to see Twilight Sparkle become Celestia's successor. She did say that, so she kind of was slated to be in the spot she was going to be in. How it was going to be executed, I don't think they hammered that out yet. So I think there was a very clear, like, A to B that was planned. It's the shit in between got a little fucked up.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's I hope the entire world has learned the lesson to just that corporate needs to not try to write the freaking show. Let the writers write the show.
They'll never get it.
Corporate
They'll never
provide
get it,
the money. That's why they need to hire me. I can actually do these things. I can actually figure these things out. I'm smarter. Hire me, gosh darn it. I'll bet you I won't even I'm cheaper to work with too.
Rise Racing, I'm better. I'm stronger. I'm better.
I am better. Listen, I don't have a high opinion of myself, but I definitely can say I would have done a better job.
You just want every job.
I want a job, man. Oh, let's see here. Mega Buster Shepherd saying, remember, Celestia has prophetic visions. Perhaps making Twiggy an alicorn was her gaming the future. All right, let's see what the comments say. I feel it implies that Celestia helped Twilight upon the path of being an alicorn. The later Cadence flashback comic had Celestia guide Cadence, who was originally a Pegasus, into an alicorn. I kinda got the impression that alicorn is something that a pony could attain, like a weird form of enlightenment. Which, yeah, I've seen that theory a few times before. That theory goes all the way back to, like, I think 2014 was the first time I heard that theory. Maybe like late 2013 when I think Brony Curious figured it out, or at least, you know, was the first to put that theory forward. And I guess I could see it.
I thought it was Digibrony who did that, because Digibrony was just like, I get it now. I am an alicorn princess. And that was a shirt for a while.
No, Digibrony. It was Brony Curious that figured out the enlightenment angle, if I remember correctly. It definitely wasn't Digibrony. Digibrony was not nearly smart enough to figure that out. Digibrony just sort of projected himself into the situation, as he tends to do, because he's a very low effort, freaking really stupid kind of dude. And it just, you know, sees himself in everything. A low intelligence narcissist, basically. Let's see what we got here. I think they mean made her a princess in terms of title. Twilight's fate was already decided. Celestia just guided it, if I remember correctly. Sunset was meant to be the next princess, but she had a horrid attitude and Celestia decided she wasn't fit to rule. So then came Twilight. Celestia saw her potential and guided her to princesshood. This guy says, my guess it was destiny. Celestia just helped guide her. The comics are very inconsistent to the show and are written by completely different people. Ventus Anime Girl says, yes, let Brawny write the next generation of MLP.
Yeah, let's see where that's going. First step, Gen 5, completely non-canonical.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the first thing I would do, though, is I would not try to follow up on Friendship is Magic. If they put me in charge of My Little Pony, everything would just be fresh. They might be like, hey, can you pick out a few characters from each generation to sort of reiterate? And I might do that, and I might even carry over some of their characteristics. Like, you know, because we had Rainbow Dash in a couple of other iterations before Friendship is Magic, but Rainbow Dash was like more akin to rarity in before Friendship is Magic.
Oh yeah.
Also, I don't even think I could because apparently there's IP disputes of the characters between the different generations, which is why Pinkie Pie was Pinkie Pie instead of Surprise, because for some reason Lauren Foss couldn't get the rights to use Surprise from a previous generation, so she used Pinkie Pie instead, which Pinkie Pie also existed before. But for some reason, she could get Pinkie Pie. And the same thing happened in Generation 5, where they couldn't use a bunch of the characters.
Crazy.
Harriman says, I would love a Brawny written MLP series. Tell us how you really feel about Digibrony. I just did. Shall I also go into how he was a lolicon?
No.
Shall I also go into like how he would just refuse to be a contributing member of society?
I'm sure no one wants to hear about him anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, that dude was infuriating. Watching him freaking tank his career. Let's see here. Went into anime and bombed it. Let's see here. Well, we know that Celestia has vivid dreams of the future, which is how she knew of Luna's return in Twilight and her friends defeating her. Like she told Twilight in the first episode, I only told you to make friends. Celestia just guided Twilight to where she was supposed to be. She never intervened herself. By that point, it was most likely Twilight's destiny to become an alicorn, as Celestia believed that completing Starspearl's spell was the final catalyst in ascending. Sunset in the comics says that Celestia could make her an alicorn, which is true, since I believe she made Cadence an alicorn due to the qualities she possessed that deemed her worthy. Sunset, however, was arrogant, narcissistic, closed off to others, and didn't see the value in friendship. If you really need a perfect example, look at Asura from Indra and Indra from Naruto. I've never watched Naruto, so I don't frickin' know. The sage gave his sons the exact same task, help a struggling village. Indra solved the problem on his own, getting everything done by himself without the villagers' help, using his own power. Asura, however, had the villagers' help and flourished the village. One used their own power, another used the strength of everyone, including himself, for a better result. Interesting.
Okay, I could see that.
All right, so I think I'm ready to move on.
Sure.
Let's see here. This one is Petals. Apple Dash and Rare Jack shippers when you don't ship it. Now, Petals, you don't ship Apple Dash, do you? You are exclusively Rare Jack.
Yeah, Rare Jack is good. That's where it's at. Honestly, rarity with anything.
Man, you're such a rare fag.
So? You're a bitch, but no one's talking about that.
Pick a better character, frick. Like Applejack, maybe.
Pick a better life.
I have tried multiple times. It doesn't work.
Well, shut up then.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then you do stupid crap like ship Discord with Applejack. Like, what the frick is up with that?
It was fun. I'm bored as fuck. Okay, I'll need a little excitement in my life.
I remember. I think it was like a night or two after you had told me that you're a Disco Jack shipper. And,
I like that name so much.
And I went and got the GIF of Storm Shadow from one of the G.I. Joe movies going, "I'll kill you with my hands."
You made that GIF. You knew I loved that movie. You went through that movie thinking of that line, and you made the GIF just for me, and it was very special.
And I tweeted me when I find out someone ships Discord with Applejack, and it's the gif of "I'll kill you with my hands."
It was really good.
Yes, that was the first time I tweeted directly at you for the purpose of offending you.
I wasn't.
I think
offended.
I was
awesome.
crushing on you, and I just didn't know it yet.
Were we not dating at this point?
No, we were not, but it wasn't long thereafter.
That's crazy, man. That is so crazy.
Yeah. I think it was 2017 that I made that GIF, because I remember making it from like the living room floor where I was sleeping at one of my friends' houses.
Remind me to get it from you. I should save it to my phone for quick reactions.
I got it. I'll put it in the Discord server for you real quick, and so everybody can have it. Yeah, I just gotta let's see, where the heck is that button?
Oh my god.
Upload a file, and it
I wish that would
is
stop playing.
here. What are you talking about? What?
Every time I open up the YouTube, because like I have like a freaking just when I hit in YouTube an automatic link that goes and I hit it and it takes me to my channel and it keeps auto playing my channel trailer at me and I get tired of hearing it. Like, stop.
I see. Did I not have a GIFs folder where I kept that? Or am I looking in the wrong one? Let's see here. Was it even on my external hard drive? It might not have been. I might have had it in my Dropbox so that I could access it as a reaction. Let's see, reaction GIFs. If I still have it, it'll be in here. Let's see, I've got, goodness, I wish I could like show all of these because they're funny. There it is. There it is. I found it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Let me see if I can let me open it up real quick and put it into OBS so that the stream can see it, because not everybody is in the Discord server, which, what the heck, why are you not? Let's see here. No, that file path isn't working. I'm gonna have to fix that later. Where'd I put it? It's in the Dropbox, in the reaction GIFs. And there it is. And I'll just image. Oh, gotta find the file path again. Gosh darn it. Very exciting stream we've got going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Has it not been? Have you not been riveted?
Let's see, hang on a second here, and we'll transition that so that I can put this image up. And then we'll transition that. There we go. Yeah, I made that GIF off of G.I. Joe Resolute when he's like fighting when Snake Eyes is fighting Storm Shadow for the final time, and Snake Eyes disarms him and he goes, "I don't need swords to kill you. I'll kill you with my hands." And then they start fighting. And you know what's funny enough? That's also the same scene that introduced the concept of the 7 steps to the sun, which is used in A Buck to the Face as well. In A Royal Problem, Brawny almost hits his brother with the 7 steps to the sun, which is supposed to be a lethal technique.
When did my camera got knocked down?
Camera got knocked down? How'd that happen?
It probably when we were putting up decorations.
All right, well, let's see some comments here. Meanwhile, Raredash fans are sitting in the corner watching people lose their minds at the second best background pony.
Jesus.
Listen, nobody should ever ship the main 6 with the main 6.
I get why. I understand your argument. So canonically, I don't think so. But non-canonically and fan stuff, I don't care. It's fun. Like, I'm not demanding any of my ships be made canon. It's the people that do that are ridiculous.
Yeah. They make it their entire freaking personality.
Like, come on, man. Freaking, this is why people keep telling us to touch grass and I keep getting hives, because you can't keep your shit together.
All right, let's move on here. Let's see here. Oh, the chat. Brawny makes a gift to insult Petals. Petals says, "That's hot. Let's date Brawny." Wait, what just happened?
Yeah, you didn't know the swag. You didn't know the swag. The fact that I got to you that much was fun.
Yeah. Discord's too old for the main 6. Celestia, maybe?
Yeah, sure. I've seen people ship that. It's fine by me. I don't care.
Yeah. Let's see here. Pinky and Cheese were a party-powered duo. Yeah, I agree.
I see the appeal. It's fun.
You know what's crazy, Heather? Is, and I'm just gonna, side tangent here for a second. And I was scrolling Twitter yesterday, which honestly was my mistake. I shouldn't have been doing that. And somebody said, I don't understand how there's conservatives in the Brony fandom when clearly all of the ponies are either queer or trans. And like not a single hint of irony in that statement. Heather, do you believe all of the ponies are queer or trans?
No, obviously not.
I don't think
some that could be, sure.
I know there's a couple lesbians in that show. I know Equestria Girls had one gay couple, but and I don't think there's any trans characters in that show. So what the
it was Equestria Girls. There's one gay couple. Was it Lyra and Bonbon?
No, it was two guys that were seen constantly like holding hands and holding hands in the hallways and things like that.
Oh, I thought Lyra and Bonbon technically count though, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's why I said there was a couple of lesbian couples in Friendship is Magic, and Equestria Girls had one gay couple, but like. This what freaking show is this person watching, or how freaking porn-brained and narcissistic do you have to be to project that every character in Friendship is Magic is either queer or trans? What the heck is wrong with you, gosh darn it? Go touch grass.
I don't like look, you could definitely see that some characters are, but I don't think everyone always makes this mistake of brushing with having too wide of a brush, They think well, you're either all this or all that. No, that's humanity right there. It's a very diverse mismatch of a whole bunch of things,
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the main show here.
Back to the show.
I never understood why Celestia was always superior over Luna. Listen very carefully. The moon cannot shine without help from the sun. You must remember this. And that is why Celestia is objectively better in all ways.
Now let me offer this counter argument. No one in the show ever said that. No one in the show ever said that. The show didn't straight up say that. Straight up, Celestia couldn't conquer her sister without help with the elements of harmony. I'll give you this. I think Celestia has learned a lot more magic because simply she was the more bookish of the two sisters. She's going to have more analytical knowledge. She ruled a kingdom by herself. She has more experience than Luna, but I think a lot of power you're seeing is just virtue of her being the older sister, the mature sister, the more experienced, person. I think that's where it comes from. She is just the freaking older sister. She's gonna know more shit and maybe be a bit stronger. But as in terms of magical ability, we really haven't seen them put against each other, and their reactions to situations have normally been the same.
Mm-hmm. Well, until we got that one episode where they tried in season 9 when they tried to go on vacation with each other and just ended up arguing about everything.
Yeah, they kind of sucked. They suck.
So here's the thing.
They're siblings, all right. They're siblings, all right.
Yeah. And I was watching that dang. I mean, it really was not a good idea. I mean, you had no choice, but it really ultimately was not a good idea for you to banish Luna to the moon for 1,000 years, because all you did was put off these conversations that you should have had when you were teenagers. All you did was put off those conversations for 1,000 years. And now you're just starting right back from where you were left off 1,000 years ago.
My favorite argument that they had was at the 100th episode, where they were just like, I thought you got the present. I got the present for Luna's wedding. Stupid shit like that. It's like, great, now we're here without a present.
Yeah, this is so embarrassing.
It is so stupid.
Yeah, what about
I'm just remembering parts of that episode I liked.
Yeah. What about the royal problem? Yeah, that same exact thing. Now the royal problem did a really good job of like showing that like Luna has a role and it's necessary and helps society a lot, which is good. You know, she found something to do that befitted her talents when she got back from the moon. But the whole reason that happened was because Luna was active at night and controlled the moon when nobody could really see her work and didn't, you know, they were asleep. Night is scary. Monsters are coming out. It seems as though that Luna wasn't really dream walking at the time. So yeah, Luna got shunned. Celestia was ruling the kingdom with, and doing a very good job of it. And then when, and Luna got all jealous about it and couldn't handle her emotions and went and picked a fight with Celestia, and Celestia needed to banish her. She comes back and finds, something to do with her talents, which is good, but we still saw in a royal problem, she can't really handle any sort of social interaction. She can't really handle the duties that go within actually managing a kingdom and running the place. And meanwhile, yeah, we didn't have dream walking, so I'm sure a lot of people had nightmares and that sucked. But nightmares are, if you don't eat a lot of sugar or caffeine before bed, or on the other end of the spectrum, take too much melatonin, and if you're relatively at peace, maybe get some therapy for whatever is troubling you, then you won't have nightmares as much. And you can survive nightmares. But Celestia was able to run Equestria pretty well for 1,000 years without Luna. But Luna could definitely not do the same thing. Luna would not be able to handle leadership of that scale. She can barely handle herself on most days. So I'm going to stick to it that, yes, Celestia is objectively better than Luna. What say you, Petals?
I don't agree with that. I feel like that's very definitive of you to say that Luna couldn't rule anything. She is a frickin' princess. She could rule now in the same way that Celestia could. No, she definitely needs to get that experience. Like, I'm just saying, all you're really proving to me is that Celestia is the more experienced sister. It's a gap that can be freaking met, I just think they're just two very different people. To compare them like that is not right, in my opinion.
But then they didn't, because Luna was back for a few years, and then they're like, you know what? Twilight's got this. We're done.
I did find that funny. It's like, well, did Luna consent to freaking be retiring? Well, she's like, wait, I just fucking got back here. What the fuck? You think she said that? She was just like, what the fuck, Celestia? I just got back. I mean, I guess I could retire. If someone told me, like, I had a long sabbatical from work and I came back and someone told me, hey, in a couple of years you can retire, though, I'd be like, shit, all right, cool.
Yeah. So let's see here. I look at the chat and the first thing I see is Mega Buster Shepherd going, I'm French-Irish. Why am I defending the British Empire? What the frick?
What are you talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about. It's so out of context. But I feel like I got to go back and read the chat. But I feel like just by seeing that, I've missed so much lore that it might not even be worth it. Let's see. Celestia is the older sister and therefore is bigger, so the kids No, she has more authority. That's it? Your leaders are just taller?
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it worked at Invader Zim. That's why they're called the tallest. You just fucking follow tall people.
Sun is bigger than moon.
Damn, that's logic right there. Though, another question I had, Brawny, because, like, yeah, Luna moves the moon and shit, but doesn't she also do shit with stars? Because she's got, like, stars in her mane and shit.
I don't believe she does. I don't believe she does. We never saw her do anything.
You know how...
We never saw her do anything with stars in the show, and I don't even think we ever saw her do anything with stars in the comics. That was fanon for a while, though, that she sort of, like, made the constellations and whatever.
That'd be so cool if they did that. But also another question, Brawny. You know, just a side tangent. You know how Equestria Girls kind of like it parallels the My Little Pony universe, but like, you know, obviously different, like in a different society. Like,
yeah.
you think that, like, they had like a kind of a stand-in for Luna's banishment in Equestria Girls, and like so my thought is, like, is Luna's banishment in Equestria Girls her going to fucking jail? Like, do you think Luna went to fucking jail for something and she came back, and the reason she's vice principal of this stupid school is because her sister's trying to help her get a normal job after she was in jail for years? She was in jail for 1,000 years. What is that in human years? She was in jail for 10 years? She's adjusting to society.
For arson.
Would it be arson if hey, guys, in chat, guys, what do you think Vice Principal Luna did to get into jail? What do you think she did in prison? Tell me what you think her crime is. I'm curious.
Oh, geez. You know what? I'm going to Twitter right now. And we're going to ask that question. Hang on a second here. Going to Twitter.
I want to know.
What horrors shall we see on Twitter? Got a notification on Twitter. Better change that. All right, let me pull this over to here. Okay. By the way, I'm not responsible for whatever the frick is on Twitter right now. I'm not looking. Let's see here.
Well, mostly it's just sad.
Let's see here. Oh yeah, I suppose. Oh, that is really sad. I'm sorry. My prayers to you, Lizzie Freeman. Let's see here. If Princess Luna's banishment had a parallel in the Equestria Girls human universe, what do you think vice principal yeah, no, I should clarify this. Would that mean that Vice Principal Luna went to jail at some point? If so, for how long, and what I should reorganize these questions. What crime do you think she committed, and how long do you think she was incarcerated for? Hashtag bronies.
Oh god, I love that the first thing I saw was Gojillion say jaywalking, and of course Mega Buster Shepard said, and then Luna Buster Shepard comes in with tax evasion. Yeah, I hope it was embezzlement.
Gojillion with the Goji Lion. Sorry, I know how to pronounce that name now. Goji Lion says Solrak's father passed away. That sucks. Oh god, we miss Solrak in this dojo. I still have a Solrak pin. It's kind of rusty though, so I wish he was still around that I could buy another one from him.
Anyways, yeah, sorry to just brush that off. I was gonna say, though, dude, there is a limit to what she could have done by the fact that she works in a school. I mean, I know her sister's the principal, but there's only so much strings you can pull to have somebody, like, who's committed certain crimes work in a school. So obviously she didn't, like, freaking do anything bad to children, so at least there's that.
At least there's that, yeah. And so I'm gonna put this link to this tweet in the chat here.
Oh my god.
I want everybody with a Twitter account to retweet it with or comment with your theories, and next week we'll revisit it to discuss. What are you thinking there, Petals?
Sorry, I was just surprised because I was looking at the side of your Twitter feed and saw that Emaru got assaulted at TwitchCon. That's horrible.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that all day, actually. And
that's horrible. Oh my god.
Yeah. I just started streaming on Twitch, and now I'm sitting here going, between Hassan, between the repeated TwitchCon freaking assaults that happen, because it happens a lot, and everything else, everything, all the other laws that Twitch freaking breaks on a regular basis, and how they don't monitor anything, and just everything wrong that they do. Is Twitch even going to exist for much longer? Did I just start streaming on a dead platform? Am I going to need to move over to Kick, like, immediately? What do you think, Petals? What's going on over there?
Sorry, I was looking into this, and it's gross.
Yeah, this dude just walked up on stage and nobody stopped him. And not only that, did you hear about the bodyguard incident? That
the bodyguard was trying to do his fucking job, and it looks like that Twitch is like, no, you can't do your fucking job.
Yeah, because at a previous TwitchCon, when somebody tried to stalk Emaru, which I don't know Emaru, I don't know anything about her. I know she's a streamer. That's it. So, but another person was trying to stalk this streamer, and her bodyguard stops him and holds on to him until security and police show up. And they said, because you touched the guy, now you're banned from the venue, which is freaking retarded. That's how bodyguarding and security detail works. If you're not allowed to protect your employer, then there's no point in there. And like, this is not the only time that Twitch has done this type of thing. And I don't know what the frick it is about Twitch that they like just victim blaming so much. And and I can't remember if I've said it on stream recently, guys, but like, in fact, no, I don't think I said it on stream. I think it was right before stream a couple of weeks ago. I was talking to Petals and DJ about that. A lot of people forget that one of the reasons I got into martial arts as a teenager was because I had a couple of my friends get sexually assaulted. And
oh god, I just found a video of it.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, isn't it? And I was out for, anyway, when I was a teenager, I was out for revenge for that. Like, I was training. I started training when I was formally when I was 12 or 13, I can't remember. But when I was 15 and I had two friends get sexually assaulted, and another one almost overdose, and another couple of them get involved in like gang activity and then needed my protection. That was like when me being 15 is just when everything just ramped up so incredibly fast for me, and I needed to get serious, and I needed to get strong, and I needed to get knowledgeable, and I needed to get good fast. And that's what really, and so I got in, it really what got me serious about martial arts and led me to where I am today is my friends getting assaulted. And so I just, it creates a very special kind of rage in me when I see women getting victimized, and especially when then on top of the victimization, on top of getting assaulted, then they get punished for getting assaulted, or they get punished for trying to defend themselves. Sometimes they even get punished for trying to prevent the assault, which we've been seeing happen an awful lot in Europe lately. And it's just, it twists my stomach in ways I can't even put into words, without talking.
As a woman,
As
a woman, fucking, it is our freaking lives. I see the guy in the video too. He's like a big guy too, a big guy. And Emeru is so freaking small. He probably thought he could do whatever the fuck he wanted.
And they just let him.
And he didn't get caught until a while after. They freaking so much Twitch security just let this shit happen.
Yeah, well, because even if they saw him and their hands are tied, like, oh, I'm just here for show, and if I actually try to act like security, then I'm gonna get punished myself. Which, you know what? I'm gonna be very blunt here. Frickin' shame on those guys. I don't give a frick if your job is on the line. I don't give a frick what the law says. I don't give a frick. It doesn't matter. I'm trying very hard not to cuss right now because I'm getting mad. But if you see someone about to assault somebody, your duty is to stop that person. And if that means whatever it means, whatever the consequence may be, up to your life, that's still your duty, is to help protect innocence and help protect others around you from getting assaulted. Because listen, if you are going to, or on the other side of the spectrum, if you are going to assault somebody and try to take away their life or their livelihood, or, affect their lives in any such way, at that point, your life is forfeit. That's how self-defense works. If you attack me, your life is forfeit. If you attack somebody innocent, or just generally act like a deranged psychopath and break the social contract, your life is forfeit. We obviously cannot trust you in civilized society. So that's it. You're done. And I say this, and I know that I know what I just said, it carries some really heavy implications. I speak to you as a samurai, as an actual samurai. I'm not just like, I have put my life on the line to protect people before because it was the right thing to do. And, at that point, you just got to train yourself however you have to be like a samurai, which means not be afraid of death. Because you might have to deal it out a little bit, and it might come back to you, right? But that's honorable. Absolutely. If anything stopped those guys from, especially if it was like, oh, I can't interfere with this guy that's rushing the stage or I'm going to get fired. What a pansy frickin' prick. What a dishonorable, lowly excuse of a man you are. You should feel ashamed for the rest of your life. What do you think?
Honestly, I agree. Though I gotta say, I feel bad because in that situation, like, of course, I don't work security or anything like that. I think I'd just be like a bystander who's just like, wait, what the fuck's going on? Is that guy not supposed to be there? Because I'd be one of the people who just like, because like there was a person taking a picture with her at that point in time and they stood there and did nothing. Probably because they're like, what? Does Emeru know this person? What's going on? So I don't want to blame any bystanders because like I wouldn't know what to do either.
Yeah. But if you're working security, your whole thing is you need to be vigilant and aware of that kind of thing. And if that's about it right there. And you need to be ready to intervene. Security is a serious thing, there's different levels of security out there. And like if you're say night watch, then yeah, you're just sort of there as a professional witness. You're not really supposed to get involved. That's one thing. But if your job is don't let people rush the stage and assault the talent for this super expensive show, then freaking do your job. And your job's going to require, your job may very well require using force. So if you as the venue owner or you as the event manager are not ready to use force, and if you as the security are not ready to use force in that position, firstly, don't put on the show, and secondly, don't sign up for that level of security.
Yeah, definitely.
I got all fired up.
No, I did too. I was just so shocked that something. I was just, yeah, you get it. Because, like, you know, that's something we have to worry about. We're con goers. We're people out in the public.
Yeah. Brawny Protection Service when? Listen, if anybody that I am with is under my protection, right? So, and I've had conversations before, like back when I was friends with the other analysts, and they're like, you know, oh yeah, so they've told me that like, oh, we're afraid of our friends because like, what if, because they can be parasocial and one of them wants to do something, and here's this problem we've had with this one guy that was harassing us the entire convention, right? And I said, well, you know, and if you're with me, you're safe. Because if anybody messes with you, I will handle them in a most brutal and efficient fashion. And that's really all there is to it. They told me, you know, one story like, oh, we had this one guy, and it took like 3 of our guys to stop him from doing, you know, from going after one of us. I'm like, it took you 3? And I happen to know the person they were talking about. It should not have taken 3 grown men to stop this person that they were talking about. And I was like, God dang it.
At least they did something, though.
Yeah, at least there's that. But still, 3 guys for the, and I happen to know it, like this guy was severely handicapped. There was no reason it should have taken 3 guys to stop him. I would have just flipped.
I was going to ask, was this the same guy who was bothering me?
Yes. Yeah, it was the same guy. And, yeah, I mean, Heather, what do you think what would have happened if he had tried something like that with you? I almost flattened him, and all he did to you was make some offhand comment.
Yeah, nah, freaking, there's a lot of ways it could go down, especially since, like, our friends there weren't physically, like, ept, you know what I'm saying? They were physically inept. And he was a pretty tall guy, pretty big guy, might have been fast. So I'm not going to pretend I know anything about it. I will say if he had approached us in any way like that, I would have been straight for kicking him in the nads, and I'm sure you would have given him something too.
Yeah, because he came up to you and he quoted Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He went, "You tonight," and I knew the reference, but when he did that, I was ready to hit him. And I said, "You are very lucky that I know what reference you're talking about, but never do that again. Now leave my presence." You know, go.
Yep. I think he was able to at least estimate a threat because he like knew to back off then. And freaking the other time we got kind of stuck in an elevator with him, I did my best to avoid eye contact, but luckily his mother there was already there to beat him up.
Yeah, so that guy had some severe mental handicaps, but he's not a physical threat in any way. And like, I'm trying to avoid specifics and I'm trying to avoid names here, but when he went after other people and it took 3 men to stop him, 2 of those guys were Marines and the other one was 6'4". What the frick? Mm-hmm. It took you 2 Marines and a 6'4" to stop this guy. This guy. Oh man, and I think about the last time I got in a street fight and I knocked out 3 people by myself. Little bit of a brag there. Oh, jeez.
I think on that note, let's tone it down and wrap it up, Brawny.
Yeah. Sorry about that. We got way the frick off track because of Twitter. Dang it, Twitter. Anyway, go to
Twitter did it again.
Go to Twitter and continue the discussion there, and maybe we'll pick that up next week. Should we do our very last topic, or should we move on to go play some Mass Effect, Heather?
Let's see. I think I'd like to have the freedom to go on a tangent on this one, so save it for next time. I've actually got Mass Effect booting up and stuff, so I think we'll only need like a couple minutes.
Very good, very good. So, yeah, thanks to everybody for tuning in. I hope you had fun. Come back in just a couple of minutes. I know I scheduled that one stream to go live at 9, but I screwed up. So I'm gonna go get a drink, and we're gonna come back in just a couple of minutes, maybe 5. We'll say 5 minutes. Come back, and we're gonna be playing some Mass Effect with Petals here. She's gonna play, and I'm gonna sit back and watch and pretend I'm participating with my disconnected controller. Anyway, consider supporting us. Consider supporting us on Patreon. There's a lot of things that you can, that you can get in return. So check out those links in the description. Thanks to everybody who does support, especially the $10 and up tier. And we will see you in a few minutes. Until then, stay safe. God bless. Oh, also don't forget, we'll see you on Monday to work out with me.